Assalamu alaikum guys and welcome to my YouTube channel Biology Articles and MCQs. Today we are going to start the second part of the adaptations of the xerophyte, and this second part of adaptations are anatomical adaptations. In the previous lecture you have studied about the morphological adaptations. If you have not studied that morphological adaptation, then I will give the link in the description box. You can study that lecture there. Moving towards the anatomical adaptation, the first adaptation is the structures for water storage. You know that the xerophytes are the plants that lives in the dry environment, and there is really need for the conservation of water or the storage of water. So the xerophytes have special structures, like they can have a swollen trunk or can have roots which will help in the storage of water. For example, you can see here the cactus plants, and these cactus plants have swollen trunks, and these trunks will help in the conservation or storage of water. One important thing is that the water storage in these swollen structures is known as succulents, and these type of plants are also called succulent plants. The second important adaptation is protective molecules, and these protective molecules can be resins and waxes. These resins and waxes will help in the reduction of the transpiration. As the transpiration will reduce, then it is obvious that there will be the reduction in the water loss. The third adaptation are the heat shock proteins. Heat shock proteins, heat shock proteins are the main proteins that help in the heat stress. They are present in mostly in that plants that are present in a very high temperature environment. So these heat shock proteins will have active when there is very high amount of heat stress, and or whenever there is very high temperature, these heat shock proteins will be active, and then they will be prevent the denaturation of the other proteins of the plant. All these proteins also help in the in living of that plant. They will not cause of the dying of the plant. The fourth main adaptation is the stomata closure. Stomata closure, you know that the stomata are the main structures in the leaf that will help in the loss of water. As these plants are already present in that environment that have really a main scarcity of water, so there is a need to close the stomata. When the stomata will be closed and guard cells are shrunken, then there will be no loss of water from the plant. The fifth main adaptation is the phospholipid saturation. You know that the phospholipid is a main component of the plasma membrane. Plasma membrane is present in all plants and all animals, means all organisms, and this phospholipid can be a saturated phospholipid or can be unsaturated phospholipid. Unsaturated and saturated phospholipids are mainly differentiated on the basis of their consistency. The saturated phospholipids are solid or rigid in their structure, and unsaturated phospholipids are liquid in their structure. So when there is very high temperature in the plants or in the environment, then these phospholipid, the unsaturated phospholipids, mean the liquid phospholipids, will also convert into saturated or a solid phospholipid, so that there will be no water loss. So this is very important mechanism or the important adaptation of the xerophyte that they use. The next adaptation is the dormant condition. Dormant condition is mainly called sleepy condition, and this you can see here some plants that have brown leaves, and these brown leaves does not really means that the plant is already dead. Sometimes when there is very less moisture content or very high amount of heat, or during the winter, some plants become dormant and turn their leaves into turn their green leaves into the brown leaves condition, like you are seeing here. Whenever the environment will be favorable and there will be the availability of water, then this plant will automatically convert its brown leaves into green leaves again. The important adaptation is also abscian. Abscian means leaf loss, or you can say that the leaf will turn firstly into its green condition to yellow condition, and then yellow condition into a brownish or a reddish light condition. And you have already seen that these brown and leaves fall in mostly winter. The reason of their falling is that they in that environment or in that season, there is no more availability of water, so the leaves will lose, and it will protect that plant from the heat stress. Here are the all adaptations of the xerophytes completed. Next, we will move to the examples of the xerophytes. The main examples of the xerophytes are, first is cactus, and second is pineapple plant is also xerophyte. Aloe vera plant and eastern prickly pear is also a xerophyte. Our topic is now completed. Don't forget to share this video with your friends, and also give your feedback to us. Thank you so much.